Chapter 6. The Haunted Graveyard. A joint funeral for Lucy and her mother was held a few days later. Arthur, Jack and the Professor were all there. Mina and Jonathan, who had just arrived back from Budapest, newly married, had come too. Death seemed to have restored all of Lucy's youthful beauty. "You'd hardly even know she was dead," gulped Arthur. The Professor frowned. When the funeral service was over, the Professor addressed the others. "There is something you must know," he began. Lucy did not die of natural causes. She was killed by a vampire, a monster which steals life by drinking the blood of others. "So they do exist," gasped Jonathan. "I thought I'd lost my mind." At last he confessed what had really happened in Count Dracula's castle. "And now Dracula has moved to Carfax in London," he finished. "We must stop this evil from spreading," cried the Professor. Mina took her husband's arm. "We'll help," she said boldly. "What can we do?" "First, we must deal with Lucy," said the Professor. "Now that she is dead, she too will become a vampire." "No," interrupted Jack, "it's impossible." "And an insult to Lucy's memory," added Arthur angrily. "I can prove it," promised the Professor. "Come with me to the graveyard tonight, you two, and you'll see for yourselves." After dark, the graveyard was full of shadows. The wreaths on Lucy's tomb had already withered. The men waited. Shortly before dawn, a familiar figure appeared dragging a young boy. Her eyes flamed and there was blood on her dress. When she saw Arthur, she let the boy go and held out her arms. "Come, love, I am hungry for you," she whispered huskily. "No," gasped Arthur, horrified. "That's not Lucy. It can't be." The creature laughed, revealing long, pointed teeth, and melted into the tomb. "No, it's not Lucy," the Professor said gently. "It's the vampire who has taken over her body. Killing it will free Lucy's soul. That will be an act of love, so you, Arthur, should be the one to do it." Arthur's jaw set. "For Lucy," he said resolutely. In the clear light of dawn, they opened the tomb. Inside, the vampire lay sleeping. Silently, the Professor handed Arthur a sharpened stake and he plunged it deep into the creature's heart. There was a blood-curdling screech, then silence. When they looked again, Lucy's face wore its old expression of sweetness and purity. "She is at peace," said the Professor. "But our work here is not done. Now we must find and kill Count Dracula, who is the source of this evil." "I'm sorry I doubted you," said Arthur gruffly. "I'll do everything I can to help." "So will I," promised Jack.